Hi everyone, this is Aegis, and this is another game from the JHU 2v2 tournament. Not even gonna say this whole thing anymore. Here is ZB's spawning as the yellow Zerg player, and his ally is gonna be Uniden. Don't think this is the same Uniden as we all know and love from day 9. But Uniden nonetheless. On the other side there's a Penguin and a Calc, a common theme in our 2v2 series here. This is Tarsonis Assault again. With Protoss, you could warp in over here, but there is no Protoss in this game since we have Uniden as the green Terran player. That's a nice color for a Terran player. It looks very nice. And over here, Penguin is going to be throwing down his wall at the front, going to be denying Zerglings to his entry as much as possible. ZB's looks like he's throwing down a 8 pool. And we'll see how much damage he's able to do with that. See if he can sneak some Zerglings into the base and eat away some of those SCVs. Looks like he's saving up that larva there. Maybe going to produce a couple more drones and an Overlord. There's an Overlord coming out. Going to be rallying it out to his natural expansion. We'll see if he decides to take an expansion after this. There's a Uniden throwing down his barracks right now. And basically a mirror build from all 3 Terran players. We'll see if any of them decide to deviate from any Marine Marauder. Looks like Penguin's grabbing his gas. And there's the gas for Calc. And no, there's a second barracks coming out for Uniden. This definitely clearly indicates that there's a rush going on. This is 2 Rex. Marines. It could even be an all-in. We'll see if he decides to do something like that. No, there's the gas going down for Uniden. His ally over here, ZB, is going to be producing some Zerglings. Going to pop out right now. Going to be nibbling away that SCV. Now going to send the Zerglings out to do some harassment. We'll see if they're able to wall off over there. The first Marine will be out shortly. The mineral count is not quite enough to throw down that second barracks yet. Looks like his ally Calc is walling off. He needs one more building to be able to completely seal this off. There's a bunker coming up. And there's a supply depot getting started. There's a tech lab as well. Penguin is going to be the one that's vulnerable to these Zerglings. As soon as speed gets started or finished, we should be able to see a ton of damage dealt by those Zerglings. But it's not quite an all-in by ZB's over here. Not producing that many Zerglings, and there's another barracks coming up. These 2 supply depots are still vulnerable to that Baneling bust, so he still needs to watch out for that. Same over here. These 2 supply depots, as well as that bunker, actually. Those Zerglings are going to poke over here and see the bunker, and also the 2 racks. Moving over here, going to see the 2 racks over here as well. The Marine over here going to start moving over here, do some damage. He's probably going to be able to peg away at these buildings quite easily without those 2 Marines being able to do much from behind the wall. There's a bunker coming up as well. The Marine decides to pull back just a little bit more. Marines are being spawned here. Are they going to take any expansions? There's the Zergling speed getting started and a drone moving out to take the expansion. Wow, this drone saturation over here is extremely low. Another building, a factory coming out for Uniden, and in here inside Penguin's base there is a factory as well. It's not going to be able to finish this barracks. There's no SCV working on it as of the moment. Calc now throwing up his 3rd barracks as well as his second. Nope, that's just his first gas. Tech lab and a reactor coming up for Calc. He's going to be able to get those mass infantry upgrades. Going to be pulling back all the way over here, leaving some Zerglings to spot at the Zelnaga watchtower. Is always good to have as much vision as you possibly can have. Can get Uniden can actually expand as well. Looks like they are safe. Both of their opponents are basically turtling up for the moment, and it'd be nice for him to be able to expand, maybe get some tanks out onto the field as well. We'll see if he decides to do that. No tech lab just yet on this factory. No second gas either, so we'll see what he decides to do. ZB's now producing a Baneling's nest. It's almost complete here. He's now saturated his drone line a little bit more. Zergling speed is now complete. Going to be advancing forward with some Zerglings. See if he can take out that Marine over there. Penguin taking control of that Zelnaga watchtower. The Zerglings are content to get shot at by that Marine. ZB's finally controlling that and taking out that 1 Marine at the Zelnaga watchtower. Going to take control of that once again. Penguin over here with his barracks being produced, a tank and the siege mode on the way, as at the same time his ally is going to continue making those Marines and Marauders. There's a Stimpack upgrade as well. Zerglings advancing forward onto the field. The hatch over here is complete. Gonna start making some drones. Throwing down a queen as well. Scan going down, seeing the hatchery. We'll see if these two players, Penguin and Calc, decide to push real soon. Siege mode is complete. The bunker does get salvaged. Gonna recoup all 100 minerals over there. Zergling's gonna be scouting this ramp as well. More racks coming up for Uniden. Not sure what this was for at all. There's the starport finally coming up. The second gas getting started as well. Zerglings pulling back. Looks like the Marine Marauder tank force is on its way out. Gonna get spotted by the Zelnaga Watchtower, but that is okay. That'll allow ZBs and his ally to know exactly what is going on. It's just mass Marines right now from Uniden. If that tank sieges up, it could do a lot of damage. Does he have Stimpack? Yes, he does. No combat shield yet. There are the Banelings now out on the field. Gonna need to produce a couple more to be able to deal with this Marine Marauder force. Tanks now advancing through the center. The Overlord and the Zergling over here are going to provide adequate spotting for that. Looks like the Marines and Marauders from Calc are going to take a rest over here before continuing to advance forward. Oh, look at the Banelings in the production queue. 10 Banelings going to be produced right now. Tons of Marines out on the field and continuing to pump those out like crazy. There's the Stimpack almost complete for Calc. He's going to be able to advance forward as soon as Stimpack is done. But look at the Banelings. There's so many Banelings. Centrifugal hook's not quite done yet. The Marines just kind of moving back and forth. There's one Marine advancing forward. Is going to see the ton of Marines over there. The Zerglings also trying to make their way over. The tank over there getting nibbled at. The Marines moving forward. Stim! And the tank takes a huge shot. But look at the Banelings just advancing forward. Going to be able to take out a ton of units of Banelings. Going to be going off on the tank. Tank takes out all 3 Banelings. That tank is a sergeant now. 15 kills on that tank. Taking out all of the Banelings as well as a ton of Marines. Look at the blood splatters out on the ground. The Banelings even doing tons of damage. The Aspire's on its way. More Marines trying to get produced right now. The hatch looks like it might get taken down. The Stim going down. The Zerglings trying to run away. Gonna get taken out. That Sea Shank is vulnerable. It's gonna get eaten away by those Zerglings quite easily. Marines now advancing forward as well. Looks like they might be able to clean this up. No, not quite. There's a couple more Marines in the back. Stim going down. Medivacs in the air. Going to be able to clean this up right away. More reinforcements just pouring forward. Stim going down. Going to be attacking again. Calc just putting on the pressure. He wants to take out that hatch immediately. More Zerglings are in the production queue, going to be running into the main base, see how much damage he can do. The Stim now just wearing out. Uniden trying to defend over here. The Queen gets taken out. All the drones getting pulled into the corner. Does not want to lose any drones at all. The Zerglings trying to pick off reinforcing units. Uniden not able to reinforce his ally because his enemy just has way too many forces. Going to get nibbled away. The lair goes down. The spawning pool is also in danger. The Zerglings trying to bounce back and forth. Not too sure what to do right now. Uniden has his forces over here. These forces are quite weakened. He could actually advance forward, but no, look at that. Penguin is advancing forward with his tank as well as his Marines going to be coming over here and finishing this off. The Marines and Marauders over here. The Zerglings trying to advance forward. All the Marines over here as well. The Medivacs going to be trying to clean up Red's forces over here. Zerglings advancing forward. Drones also pulling into the battle. Gonna be able to finish that off. However, there's this one tank guarding over here. If he can get a 1 siege blast on those Marines, it could do tons of damage. Marines running forward, gonna get us around on that tank. Gonna take that out quite easily. Calc reinforcing once again. Penguin gonna be taking out the majority of the base over here. Gonna park his army over here as well. Calc trying to micro away all of his units, but more units just pouring in here for Calc and Penguin, even securing an expansion during all of this. Penguin clearly a very strong player. Looks like these forces are going to stim back and try to join up with Penguin's forces over here. Uniden does have the medevac advantage, so he will be able to clean this up quite easily. Marauders don't actually do as much damage as Marines. Here comes more units from Calc, but he should be wise to ball up a little harder before coming for a continual attack. ZB has rebuilt his base and is no longer being revealed. And here comes a swap over to the medevac production for Calc. He's going to get his last Marauder over here cleaned up. Uniden is going to have to continue making those Marines. Looks like a drop is going on. Penguin taking out a ton of SCVs. Uniden is in a horrible shape right now. He might even lose his orbital. No, he's not. The medevac going to load up over here, going to try to escape. A Stim does not go down from the Marines. I'm not going to be able to take that out. Looks like another force is going to be advancing along the side. In any long-term game, Uniden and ZBs are sure to lose, especially with the expansions coming up from Calc and Penguin. They will or should be able to secure this game as a win for them real soon. Looks like the medevac is going to pull back in here, going to do a drop in this dark area back here. Uniden has no spotting back here whatsoever. His army is moving forward. This drop might be able to do additional SCV damage. See how much stim he can use on those Marines. Gonna heal them up before stimming in. A wise choice by his... There's a tank advancing forward. Gonna get taken out very easily by Uniden. All of these horses not gonna be able to do enough. The Viking also going down the stim. Moving forward. Gonna do some damage to the starport. He should probably try to go for the SCV. Here comes the force from Uniden. He's going to stim up and move over here and take out this force over here. Penguin going to lose his medevac as well. But does it matter? Look at the base over here for even another command center finished. Marauder concussive shell finishing up finally for Penguin. Queued up a ton of Marines. Sea Shank's going to be guarding over here. Uniden is going to be forced to go on the offensive with what few units he does have. He doesn't even have that many units mining over here. ZB is trying to get up his economy. Once again, the Baneling's Nest a little bit off creep, but will soon be back on creep. Look at the bleeding of that thing. It's profusely in pain over here. The medevac's advancing forward. Again, the Marines catching up over here. Getting caught out of position by the Marines over here. Could stim up and try to take that out. Looks like the Marines reinforced just in time, but the Sea Shank over here as well. And it looks like all forces have been taken out. GG calls Uniden and ZBs. And Calc and Penguin do take this game away.